Good morning, everyone. Today, we are here to explain you how to analyze a sonnet. Firstly, today we're going to learn how to divide into syllables when analyzing a sonnet. The one in charge for this is Ana Guzman. Then we're going to explain you how to devise and recognize a foot. The one in charge to explain you that is Brian Ibarra. We are going to explain how to count the feet, trochee, and IMB by Genesee Jones. We're also going to explain how to recognize a pentameter, a tetrameter, and etc. by Roxana Samaniego. And last, we're going to explain what is a sonnet, what is an elegy, a ballad, a haiku, an epic poems, and what they are about. And we are going to provide you with some examples. The one in charge for this is Ceci Acosta. Now, Ana Guzman is going to explain you the first thing.
So, how to divide into syllables when analyzing a sonnet? Well, to know how many syllables there are in a word, you must say it out loud to hear the pronunciation and how many vowel sounds you find or you can find in the word. In this sonnet by Shakespeare, in the sonnet 29, you can find this verse that says, "And look upon myself and curse my fate." In this verse, you can divide into syllables. There are nine syllables, so you can say it out loud and recognize the syllables. Even though some of them have more than one vowel in the pronunciation or when it's written, you can find that it's just one syllable. So when you say and, you say just one vowel sound, so it's just one syllable. Look, it's the same. Upon is just a word, but you find two vowel sounds, so it's divided. Upon, on. Then you find myself. Myself has two vowel sounds, myself. Then again with and that we explained before, that is just one word and just one vowel sound. Course, even though it has two vowels written, it has just one vowel sound when you pronounce it. So course is just one syllable. Then the word my is just one syllable, and fate has the same pronunciation as course. That is, even though it has two vowels in the word, it is just one syllable.
Okay, today we're going to learn how to divide and recognize a foot. But before this, we need to know what is a foot. Well, basically, a foot is a basic repeated sequence of meter composed of two accented or unaccented syllables. In simple words, this means that a foot is, they're basically two syllables with one weak pronunciation and one strong pronunciation, as we are going to see in the following example. For example, in the first sentence that we have here that we can find in the sonnet number 29 of Shakespeare, which said, "For thy sweet love, remember such wealth bring." Okay, as I said before, feed is composed by two syllables. As Anna explained you before, you have to divide in syllables depending on the sound of the word. Uh, in the firstly, we have for die, which will count as one foot because they are two syllables. Sweet love will count as another foot because they are two syllables. In this case of the word remember, when we say it out loud, remember, we can hear three different sounds. So it is going to be divided into three syllables. So remem will count as one foot. Bird such will count as another foot. Well, bring will count as another foot. And we have five different foots. We have here another line from the sonnet number 29 from Shakespeare that says, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. Here, first, we can see that then are two different syllables, so they will count as one foot. I scorn will count as another foot. To change will be another foot. My state will be another foot. And with kings will be another foot. And we have five different foots. And you will notice that they have a different pronunciation, but my classmate is going to explain you that.
Okay, how to count the feet, Roshi and I am. Okay, a foot is formed by two syllables, right? A weak and a strong syllable. Each of them are, each of these parts are divided. So we have the word police. We have the syllable po, which is the weak syllable, and lis, which is the strong syllable. Now we can see it in a complete verse. Police selects reports complete. Now we divide it in syllables, and you can see that is 4 feet. Police, weak and strong. The first foot selects weak and strong. The second foot, the third foot reports weak and strong. And the fourth foot complete, complete, the weak and strong. Now, a droshi is the combination of a strong or a weak, by a strong and weak syllable. For example, we have the word standard. Stand is the strong syllable and dart is the weak syllable. Now we have I am. It is the combination of a weak and strong syllable. We have an example here of the sonnet 29 of Shakespeare, and when in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes. We can see that is for 5 feet. And we have strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, and weak, strong. The same with this example of the same sonnet. All I all alone be with my outcast state. It has 5 feet. I all alone be with my outcast state.
Okay, now that you are clear about the foot that refers to the remake unit of a strong and weak, we are going to see the analyzing of a meter. The meter that is a pattern of stress and stress syllables. A poetic meter are named for the type and number of feet they contain in each verse. So we need to count the amount of a foot we see in a verse. Let's see, when we see 1 foot, it's called monometer. When we see 2 feet, are called dimeter. When we see 3 feet, it's called 3 meter. When we see 4 feet, it's called tetrameter. When we see 5 feet, it's called pentameter. And when we see 6 feet, is called hexameter. Let's see an example. This is an example. My phone deletes my calls. My phone is 1 foot The leads, it's another foot, and my calls, it's another foot. That means that we have 3 feet. That is a 3-meter burst. Now let's look an example with the sonnet number 29 of William Shakespeare. The first 2 verses is when in disgrace with fortune and men eyes. When in is 1 foot, disgrace is another foot, with 4 is another foot, tune and is another foot, and men eyes is another foot. If we count, we see that we have 5 feet. That means that is a pentameter burst. And my classmate before explained you why is an eighth. A pentameter burst is what we analyze in this sonnet. The second verse is I all alone be with my outcast state. I all is the first foot, alone the second feet, be whip the third, my out the fourth, and K state the number 5. That means that we have 5 feet. It's a pentameter burst. As same before, an a pentameter burst. Now my classmate is going to introduce you about the types of poems.
Exactly. Let's get started. The first one and the most common is the sonnet. A sonnet is a 14-line poem that traditionally explores themes of love, beauty, and nature. It follows a specific structure, often written in a bipentameter, 10 syllables per line, with a particular stress pattern. There are different types of sonnets, such as the Shakespearean sonnet, that is composed by 3 quatrains and a rhyme couplet at the end, and the Petrarchan sonnet that is an octave followed by a sets. Okay, let's see the example. This is the Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare, and as you can see, there are 3 quatrains and a couplet, and the pattern is the following. The first rhyme with the third, the second with the fourth, and this pattern is followed until the third quatrain. The couplet rhymes itself, like day and May, temperature and date, and the last one C and T. Let's see the next one. This is the elegy. The elegy is a poem that expresses sorrow or lament for someone who has passed away. It often reflects on the person's life achievement and the impact it had on others. Elegy are characterized by a mournful and reflexive tone, capturing the emotions associated with loss. For example, up captain, my captain, our fearful trip is done. The ship has weathered every rock, the prize we sought is won. The port is near, the bell I hear, the people all exulting, while follow ice the steady keel. The vessel grim and daring, but all hard, 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 all the bleeding drops of red, where on the desk my captain lies, fallen canal dead. That's the next one. Okay, the next one is a haiku. A haiku is a form of Japanese poetry with a simple structure, 3 lines with the following pattern. The first line and the third line are 5 syllables, and the second line is 7 syllables. It traditionally captures a moment in nature or an emotion with concise and vivid imagery. And it often conveys a sense of tranquility and mindfulness. Let's see the following example. A caterpillar this deep in fall, still not a butterfly. And that will be all in this case. Let's say next one. The epic.
An epic is a long narrative poem that tells the story of heroic journey or adventure. It involves grand themes, legendary heroes, and the struggles between good and evil. Epics are known for their elevated language and can be cultural touchstones. Let's see the example from the Divine Comedy. In the middle of the journey of our life, I came to myself in a dark wood where the direct way was lost. It is a hard thing to speak of, how wild, harm, and impenetrable that wood was. So that thinking of recreates the fear. I'd scarcely be better than dead. But in order to tell of the good that I found there, I must tell of the other thing I saw there. Let's say the next one. This is the last one, and it is called the ballad. The ballad is a narrative poem that tells a story, often focusing on folk tales, legends, or real life events. Typically written in quatrains with an alternate rhyme scheme, A B A B. Ballads often have a rhythm, and it is characterized by its musical quality, which make it suitable for oral tradition and storytelling. Let's see a little piece from the rhyme of the ancient mariner. It says, water, water everywhere, and all the words did shrink. Water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. And that will be all in this video. So thank you for joining us. And I hope it has been interesting for you and helpful. See you.